Hey guys, Larry Hankins here. This is kind of a different review than what I normally do, but I decided to do this because I thought it was pretty cool and pretty important, and I didn't want to do an American reviewer on it because that'd just be silly. However, here I am, and I'm going to be reviewing a kit. Now, I don't know about you, but I was slightly disappointed in the fact that Blastoff, Combiner Wars Blastoff, was not a space shuttle. But, you know, honestly, I kind of expected it, and if any of the remolds, I kind of wish it was a Skydive or Air Raid remold, and I didn't get my wish. But, you know what, over time, this kind of grew on me. I've had it since before Christmas. Yeah, before Christmas. And it grew on me. That was pretty good. So, yeah. It was nice and all that. And then I heard the United Warriors Bruticus was coming out, and though Hasbro is not yet releasing that Blastoff, I think it will eventually come to us. However, I didn't want to wait, and I was just sitting there waiting for somebody to make kits for this guy until I did buy Bruticus. Now, the thing about kits, there has already been a kit out, and it's on Shapeways, I believe. And it looks great. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying in this review that it's a terrible thing. It's just I didn't go out and try to get it. I don't remember the price of it, but I think it was the main reason why I didn't buy it. So, oh well. So I decided to just stay with my little plain version of gosh dang Blastoff. Until one day, whenever I was watching Plasticon Review, he had a review of a kit for a Combiner Wars Blastoff. And he, in his video, had a detailed look at the figure and all what changed. And then at the very end, at the description, there was a link to an eBay page. Naturally, I went to it and I watched the item until it was around the time, 8 minutes, until the bidding was over. And I placed a bid, and I won. So, today I'm going to be reviewing what was originally just plain at Blastoff. Now it has become Space Shuttle Blastoff. So, let's get down to it. Blastoff is finally a spaceship, and I love it. Although, I don't know, something about it. I'm not saying this thing is bad at all. I think it's really cool, really nicely done, and is really, really neat. And overall, I really like the idea of what this guy did. Just whatever they did. First off, you might notice it. I did. It is the head part is Astrotrain. Now, here's the thing. Whenever I saw the review, I thought he legitimately, like the person, just bought a shit ton of Astro Chains and decapitated the heads, the wings, and the back. No, I am wrong. This is actually all rubber, and, well, not rubber, hard, like a soft rubbery plastic. Hard rubber plastic. Like you could tell it from there, and then on the back, the wings not so much. However, I really, really like this thing. There is some defects in it, and, you know, honestly, I'm perfectly fine with it. I don't mind it as much, because I'm not going to stare at my figure all day and count the imperfections. This is a really nice replacement and substitute for a Space Shuttle Blastoff, and that's something I honestly really needed. So I'm glad we got some kind of like system like this. And like I said, the Shapeways thing, if you like that a lot better, perfectly fine. I'm not saying you're an idiot for picking it. But I do like the look of this a tiny bit better. I will say this about the custom. The paint is not perfect. You can probably notice that right off the bat. The paint on this is not the perfect match. It doesn't bug me as much, once again, because in robot mode, even though I'm not going to put it in robot mode, it isn't as visible, per se, because this is where it's going to be ending up on his back, and really not a big problem there. However, if I could find like maybe the same color of paint this plastic is, maybe I'll go over it a bit and fix it up. But for now, I don't necessarily hate it. In fact, it kind of looks like the same brown plastic that is on the original Blastoff that I do not own. However, this is a nice replacement, and I do like the streamline of it, and this is honestly what I was kind of hoping for whenever I was going to do a custom Blastoff. It's just, it works so well with the rest of the figure. And the back of it is pretty cool too, and it is pegged in. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. It is pegged in, and it's pretty cool. You plug it in the back in its combiner port, and then you put that down, and bada bing, bada boop. Blastoff has a space shuttle, and I love this thing because you also put these the back other tail fins down, and it makes it more streamlined with the whole thing. My only concern there is this, but overall it's perfectly fine with me. And the wings I may talk about in a second. Actually, I'll talk about it now. The paint on the wings, once again, is not 100% perfect, but you know, honestly, I could not care less. I think this guy did a better job than I would have done with a custom like this, a kit like this. So overall, I think this is a well done set. Is there any advanced custom work you need to do to fix this figure? Yes, you do. There is a pen. There's a pen right here. You need to knock it out and replace the old cockpit with a space shuttle nose, and bada bing, bada boop. And I don't know why. I legitimately don't know why. I bought this figure to put the kit on. I already had a Blastoff, so I wanted to buy a second one to put the kit on. For some reason, I don't know why Blastoffs do this, and Crosshairs Production told me his does this too, so this is more than just me. For some reason, when you push in the cockpit, it does that. I don't know why, and sometimes it'll work. Now, my original one worked most of the time, but I don't know why. This nose cone makes it perfect, and I don't know what it did. Maybe it's just a bit smaller right there, and there's little cracks there. It's a bit smaller. But overall, this makes it more streamlined, and I really love it. So, overall, it is really, really well done. There's some other customizable options. He does give you 2 little Decepticon stickers. I don't really have a need for them, but playing with this figure, I think it might be pretty cool if I put it right here at the top. I don't know, I might do it after this video is done filming. So, Blastoff in his robot mode, I liked for the most part, except for this cockpit. Now, it's understandable, this is the Quickslinger mold, and I do say Quickslinger because he does use Quickslinger's head. You could get technical and call it the Firefly mold, but I think this was more along, they did this because not a lot of people got the ability to buy Quickslinger, so it's easier to customize. I do wish they would have put the Firefly head on, but I am not an executive at Hasbro. So, I went from this to this. Whoops. Now, Larry, you just complained about a cockpit. For some reason, I like this better. Like, it's bigger, it's fatter, it's way out there, but I don't know. Something about it makes sense to me. Something about it just makes sense to me. I know Blastoff is supposed to have like his cockpit as his arms, but I like this just a tiny bit better for some reason. I could not tell you what. Now, before I go on a little bit more about this, these parts here, the thrusters and the wings, are sort of useless at this point. They do advise you, he does advise you to put the wings on. Now, here's something I didn't mention in the review, the other part. How you put on the wings. You have him hold the wings here by the hands on the recommended side. You push it all the way in. You don't tab his arm in the original's place, and then you put the wing and have it tab here. Sorry if I made that any complicated. That's how it works in vehicle mode, and I really love that. Makes it a lot more streamlined and not just all over the place. However, I don't know. I don't much like it in robot mode. They really just advise you to just put them up like this. And I might be doing this wrong, and I might actually be looking at I may just be working on memory here, but I don't know. Something about that just is a bit weird, and honestly, I may just take him off if I ever do display him in robot mode. But overall, I don't think I'm going to put him in robot mode. So, is there any differences between these? Other than the cockpit and the wings, nothing. Absolutely nothing. One little minor gripe I have with this kit is I wish the guy, and this is really minor, and this may just because I'm being lazy. I really wish the guy made a little faceplate version of the head. It's just a really minor complaint. It's just so I don't have to do it myself. But I kind of wish it would have did it, because it would have made it would have made it a little bit better. Even if he just 3D printed a Firefly head, I think it would have made the set at least a tiny bit better for me. But overall, from where it stands, I do like how this looks. It's not terrible, and it's not even bad. I think it's a really, really, really well done. So, in combined mode, how does it fare? Well, first off, Hasbro's Blast Off. I never hated. I actually, in combined mode, I thought it was actually pretty good. I thought it worked well. Thought it was really fun looking and really nice. I couldn't care less. It made sense to me. It was so streamlined. It made sense. You could do whatever with these. I always liked it here because that did kind of remind me of streamline of a space shuttle. But, you know, honestly, this I never had a problem with. I thought it was pretty good looking. So what does this kit do? Well, I'm sorry to say this, but it looks so much better. I'm not gonna lie, I like this a lot better. It may not look great on camera, but when you see it in person, it works so well. Like, I don't know how to tell you. It really does look really nice. It fits well with the whole idea of the whole Bruticus set. It just looks so nice. Now, once again, this thing is only good, I guess, in vehicle mode. I thought it'd be pretty cool if you could attach it and you could plug in the feet there. Or the handgun. Whatever. I'm mistaken. But I couldn't care less. This looks super nice. This is kind of a problem here. It's just that his head is in the way. But if you took off his head, I guess you could make it really work. So I just already just make him swayed out a bit. So there's that. So honestly, this does look really nice. Once again, the wings. They do recommend you to do this, but there's nothing against just taking them off. And why did I throw them? I'm super sorry. There's nothing wrong with taking them off and just doing this. And honestly, that kind of looks nicer to me. Personal preference, I could be just wrong. However, I think this looks a lot better than what Hasbro accomplished with its Quick Slinger Blast Off. Which, by the way, from this point onwards, this Blast Off is now known as Takeoff. Because I think this is a nice replacement until we do get Takara's Blast Off. Whenever that might be. This just looks super nice, and I really do love it. I just wish... And this makes his Bruticus look so much better, and it works so well, and favorite combiner already, so... The only thing... And now I just wish I could get longer barrels for Bruticus. So, this has been my review on the Blast Off kit from... I'm sorry if I don't remember your name. My phone is the camera, so I cannot look you up. I will put an eBay link down in the description. It might not be this item in particular, but it might be his eBay page. Because as soon as I bought this, he put up another one. Sorry for kicking the camera stand. He put up another one of these, so luckily anyone else can have the chance to buy this wonderful set. And I do recommend it. It is really nice. I bought it for 20 bucks. Some people might say that might be too much, but honestly, that's roughly the amount to get a Blast Off. So yeah, it's kind of like buying 2 blast-offs, but hey, whatever. In the end, I think it's a well-deserved kit. It is, as long as it's not like $400. Just put one thing on. That's kind of where I would make a break an add-on kit, is if it costs more than a figure. But if it costs more than double a figure, then yeah, that might be where I'll not pay for it. But this is wonderful, and I do like this blast-off mold. I mean, this kit. It's really nice, and I do recommend it. It is pretty fun. So, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. Before anyone asks, yes, you can make them a leg.